Oh, baby. It is time to talk about, oh man, Artemi Panarin. After reports, what was it, a year ago or basically second half of the season, said he prefers the Rangers. A lot of reports saying that the Rangers were out, they're not offering the most, saying that the Islanders would get him. He turns the tide, and he comes to the team he always wanted to come to, signing a 7-year, 11 point, I think it was 6 per AAV contract. And just 3 minutes ago, he picked his number, and it is number 10. As you see, I'm rocking with him right now. It was either that or 27. I thought he would go 27 since he wore that at the World Cup of Hockey. And it would be cool because like he would be that next Russian, basically like taking the Kovalev next Russian stud since Kovalev wore 27. So it would have been pretty funny. But yeah, what a signing! I don't even know where to start. To be honest with you, I really don't know where to start. Very happy with this. Also, Jimmy Vesey was traded to clear up a little bit of cap. Very happy with this signing. Of course, get that, I think, not all-star, that superstar wing that we haven't had since, I would say, Gabrick. Gabrick was our last 80-point score for a wing, I believe. Nash, I think, had like 69, if I'm not mistaken, but goddamn, why is Panarin getting bodied by Shea right now? But obviously, Gabrick wore 10, so maybe it will. I was thinking maybe he went 10 because of like a Bure effect, maybe, but it's definitely going to be very interesting to watch the Rangers, of course, this year. First it was Trouba, then it was Fox, then it was Trouba, and then it was, of course, Kakko. Of course, Vitaly Krasov, who actually just looked phenomenal in the prospect camp. And now you just sign, I would say, a missing piece to this playoff team. I think that I don't know if I stated before, if the Rangers, I'm not on this, maybe not on the video, maybe I have. Excuse me. I said if the Rangers could still sign Panarin, I think they would be a cup contending team. Now, I think they're definitely a playoff team. It's just that they have a lot of young talent on their team. And, if those guys could play very well, I think they could be they are pretty deep. I would say their defense is a lot better. I would say their offense is a lot better. I would think maybe, I don't know, everyone's kind of still talking about the center core, but I think Zibanejad is good in the number one center. I think Hedl and all of them are all, they showed that they could play. I think that Hedl or Howden are good second-line centers. Maybe, I would just say maybe not at the moment, but I would say, they could definitely play, especially if they have Kreider, Panarin, because I don't know if they're going to break up the KZB line. They might even break it up for Kakko, I thought. But, I don't know what Panarin's going to be playing with. It's going to be definitely interesting. I would love to see him play with Hedl and say, like, Krasov. That would be filthy, but I'm kind of assuming there's definitely going to be another move to be made because the Rangers still haven't signed any of their restricted free agents. Hasn't been any reports on what, the contracts are looking like. I could see maybe Kreider being traded, but I think they're gonna want to try to hold on to him because I think if you have Kreider on your second line, that's pretty insane with Panarin staying on your top line, or vice versa. And then say you have Kakko, Krasov, of course. The wings are just stacked. I think it's just really everyone's just still saying like they don't have the center depth to maybe make it to the cup. But I mean, like when they made it to the cup, who was their centers? It was Brad Richards, Stepan, and Brassard. Like you look at, it's kind of the same with Zibanejad. Maybe that like a guy like Hedl maybe not. I mean, he still has time to grow. Maybe it doesn't play the. I'm sure he plays the 200-foot game, but maybe it's just not as good as say like a Stepan was or a Brassard was. yet, at least. I think Zibanejad plays a good two-way game, but I think that they're going to be... I think the young center's going to be good. And I think Anderson plays that... He definitely plays that 200-foot game. That's what I like about Anderson. He's physical, and he's good defensively, too. So maybe if you stick him on like the second line with Panarin and Kakko or Panarin and Kravtsov, obviously if you put skill around him, he'll be very well. He'll make plays, and he'll be playing that 200-foot game that we kind of that seems like that's his game. A balanced 200 two-way center, which everyone is chill at saying he's a bust, but it's definitely gonna be an interesting season. I would say the Rangers defense has gotten way better. I think Trouba and Shea are both good. Maybe they not number one defenseman material. Maybe definitely number two. But having them both on the first pairing, that's actually a really good pairing. And then if say you have like a young core of Hayek and D'Angelo, and then Fox and maybe Stahl or something like that. I think Stahl. Is not the best, but I think if you maybe pair him with a guy like Fox, who will just completely just have the puck, handle the puck, hopefully, we gotta see because he's still a rookie, take that pressure off Stahl, so Stahl doesn't have to touch the puck that much. Stahl could just kind of, stick to the defensive side of the game, which he always does. I'm just trying to think about with the defensive, but I would say and goaltending, I think now Lundqvist has a way better defense in front of him than he's had past years. I would say this defense is better than the defensive core that in the 2016-2017 season where they got eliminated in the second round, which their defensive core was like a McDonough, Girardi, Holden, Shea. Maybe who was the other? Kevin Kline was one, and forgot who the other one was. Stahl, of course. So obviously you have Trouba and Shea, two-way defensemen who both could skate well. You have Hayek, who's a two-way defenseman who could skate very well and definitely jump in. All their two-way guys could jump in offensive play, and then you have Fox, D'Angelo, who are those great offensive side defensemen. You have also Lindgren, who could play that physical defensive side. Stahl still there for that poor man defensive game. But I think they have a good. I just think the Rangers will be. I think they'll be in playoff. Either not. If it's not the playoffs, then maybe like Arizona Coyotes season this year, just miss out or have a hot start. So it's definitely gonna be interesting. I think they have good goaltending and Georgiev. I think Lundqvist is still, I would say, a top goalie. Maybe not top 10, or maybe top 10. I don't know. I would say top 15, of course. Top 20, yes. I just think if you put Lundqvist on Calgary, he would be insane. Put him with Calgary, maybe a team like Winnipeg or. So, but now that we have talent around him, we got a top pairing defenseman, we got a superstar wing, we got two more young stud wings in Kravtsov and Kakko, we got that young center core. So I think the Rangers are definitely gonna be. I thought they were fun to watch this year. I think they're gonna be even more fun to watch next year. Plus, I think Keandre Miller is gonna be playing one more year at Wisconsin, so he will be coming over, and I think maybe a Brendan Smith buyout could happen this soon, maybe, and then maybe say a Stahl buyout next year to open up the space for Keandre Miller. Like I said, I think the Rangers might make more moves. Maybe not trade Kreider. I would say maybe either Strome or Nemestikov or both, because that will clear up around $7 million cap, and then that'll give you a lot more flexibility to do what you want with your restricted free agents. So, because right now they only have $9 million, and if you clear up that 3.1 from Strome and that $4 million from Nemestikov, might have to retain some on Nemestikov. But if you give, I kind of like Strome. I would say maybe trade Nemestikov over him. But then you clear up seven more million, and you could probably sign 2 year restricted free agents with that $7 million. You could probably sign maybe even 3. You could probably sign Lemieux, Booch, and D'Angelo. it's really all about the Trouba contract. That's going to be interesting to see too. I haven't seen anything on Twitter that any like talks about their camps, but I'm sure there'll be some maybe within the next few days. So I think I talked about everything I wanted to talk about. Don't think I have anything else to say. Obviously, Panarin's rocking number 10. If no one saw, it's on Rangers Instagram right now. Yeah, so my expectations for Rangers, I think they could be either a number 1 wild card team, or if you take a look at the Metro, like I think Washington will be good. Pittsburgh, I think might actually have a down year, I feel, but they're still pretty deep. I think they could still be good. Not just the Kessel, it's just like they didn't really play well. They kind of had like a poor season this year. Not a poor, but they had their times where they weren't playing that well. Obviously, they got swept to the Islanders. I think the Islanders will still be pretty good. They kind of have the same team. I would say maybe they downgraded in goalie. I would say Leonard is probably better than Varlamov this year, but I think Varlamov's still a good option for them. I think Columbus will have probably a down year. It's just that really because they lost Panarin, they lost Borowski, lost Duchesne. Looks like they're going to lose Dzingel. It's like they're not really there. It's really all their offense and their goalie, really. They just have the defense now. I think the Devils will have a pretty good year. Maybe like a wild card team or just miss out on the playoffs. Really depends with their goaltending, you know. I would say they have a good defense. They just signed Wayne Simmons. I think they have a really big, skill and gritty team with Simmons and Miles Wood running around there. But it's really all about their goaltending. So they could have a good year. Philly, I think, will have a good year. Obviously, with their defense is good. They got good They always had good offense. Of course, they have Kevin Hayes now to beef up that center core, and of course, they have Carter Hart. Finally, the goalie, and Carter Hart showed that he's a starting goalie. So I think Philly will have a good season. So I think it's like Philly, Rangers, Pittsburgh. Yeah, so I think the Metro's going to be pretty tight. I hope the Rangers can make it to playoffs. It would be awesome. I don't know. I just don't think they're... It's just a cup contending. I mean, you never know. They could have a miraculous run. I just think maybe... I don't even know what they need, to be honest with you. But... Because, like, I'm trying to think, like, if they needed another center, like, who would it be? Who would be a good center? Like, if you're going to say, like, oh, a guy like Kevin Hayes, but, like, I think Hedl would be just as good as Kevin Hayes. You know, but I have no idea. But I think I'm going to end the video here. Maybe I'll make another video talking about other free agency moves. Maybe I could talk about the Nazem Kadri trade, which I feel like the Maple Leafs really got the benefit of that trade by getting Kerfoot as a replacement, also getting a top pairing defenseman in Tyson Barrie. But I'm going to end the video here. Obviously, a lot of hype. Definitely going to be a lot of hype this season. Definitely going to be another entertaining year. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.